Good morning, I guess, where I am. It's, oops, I set the date wrong on this, didn't I? It's not October whatever I put on there, it's October the 14th? 14th, I guess. And I am not in Regina, I am in Ottawa. And heading over to Parliament Hill. I'm here for CanCon, which is the science fiction fantasy convention I come to quite often. And the hotel is right here on Albert Street, the Sheraton. And I'm walking now just a couple of blocks down to Parliament Hill. Must be some way through here on this side of the street. I'm wearing my sweater, but it's actually warmer than I thought it was. It's cool in the shade, but it should be all right for the not going to be too warm in the sun, but oh well. Hello, Paul. Yes, I'll have to change the date on that once I get a chance so that it has the right date on it. This is Queen Street. I'll be pointing at the sidewalk more than I am at the things in front of me. There, that's a little better. You can see the Parliament building starting to show up in front of us there. Kirk in Vancouver. I always feel a little more conspicuous walking in a strange city, even though in a way I'm less conspicuous because there's so many people doing weird things anyway in cities. So I think I'm looking forward to the convention. It starts tonight. Register this afternoon and have a panel tonight on advice to wannabe writers. Probably eat down here somewhere. And yes, coming up to Parliament Hill, as it's called. I don't know how much detail I can give about anything in Ottawa. I've been here a few times, and done the sights, but things change. I'm not sure where I'll come out here. Okay. Okay. Well, there's the Parliament buildings itself. We'll go around there. We'll stay on this side because it's easier to. These are undergoing. That's the Peace Tower there, the tall tower in the middle. These are undergoing major renovations at the moment, so you can't go inside. But it was under scaffolding last time I came along this way, so that's been a nice change. And of course, back in the winter, this is where all the Freedom Convoy protesters were. And I know there's a guy that walked around Ottawa all the time called Ottawa Walker. And we walked with him along here a couple of times to see what was going on. Mostly looked like a big street party. They're actually holding hearings right now to see if the government can justify using the Emergencies Act. Right now it's looking like they can't, but those are just underway. now is I should go over there and look at the flames. So I actually should cross over to the other side. Up there to the left as well is the Chateau Laurier, one of the grand old railroad hotels. On this side it tends to be, well, they're mostly government buildings, but they tend to be more, like that. Oh, there's Terry Fox. Remember you may remember, or if you look back at my walk in St. John's, did I go down by the Terry Fox Memorial on that walk? I don't think I did. But there is a memorial there as well. I'll go over here. I said this is a very touristy area, so nobody is likely to look twice at somebody walking around with a camera. Over here to the fountain. Hopefully without getting run into by a truck. Very famous. With the crests of the provinces around it here. And then the Peace Tower behind it. The cranes are not normally part of the panorama of Parliament Hill here. Again, making sure we don't get run over by a truck. Welcome to Parliament. What is Parliament? Why is Parliament? Why is Parliament the way it is? They don't answer that question. So a lot of information here about Parliament and where is it meeting again? I'm going to try really hard not to give my opinion of the current government. So then you look the other way. National Arts Center's over there, the War Memorial. We'll walk by that later on, I think. Way too warm in the sun. I shouldn't have worn my sweater. We will go through this way. A lot of statues, as one would expect. Get a view over here, and we'll go up there. I guess it's called the Ottawa River down there. You never know, might run into Justin. But probably not. He doesn't like to hang around Parliament too much. He has to answer questions when he's in Parliament. He liked it when Parliament was all closed down and meeting virtually. Harder to see the view here because of the bars, but we can look between them. Of course, there are statues. I'm not sure who this is. Back where we came from down there. Oh, Mr. B. Pearson, former Prime Minister, Nobel Peace Prize winner. This will be Victoria, I'm pretty sure. Bit better view over here. There's a bit of color left. Might have missed the prime color a bit. It's hard to say. That's the, well, it used to be called the Museum of Civilization. I don't know if they still call it that or not over there. So that's Quebec on that side of the river. Of course, Parliament again here, under construction everywhere. We'll walk down that way in a minute. Let's come around here and see the Statue of Victoria. There's some flowers showing here, like at home, where the frost has killed everything. Well, let's go down this way and see what we can see. It's a lovely day. It was raining yesterday, so it's nice to have such a nice day today. I get a better view over here. I have walked down by the river. I know I remember walking somewhere down there some time ago. Bit like Saskatoon, but the river's much, much bigger. Now, I think if I go this way, I end up having to go down. I was hoping I could walk along behind Parliament, but I don't think you can at the moment. The construction. Oh, maybe. Oh no, there's still people coming that way. Okay, this is the way I want to go then. Please walk your bicycle. has a very permanent look for what must be a temporary wall. But then this is a multi-billion-dollar renovation, so I can probably afford to throw up a... Maybe it's permanent, maybe some sort of security feature. I don't know. This is the Canadian Peace Officers Memorial here. Policeman killed in the line of duty, I guess. Oh, there we go. That round building is the Parliamentary Library, which is truly spectacular inside, but unfortunately, of course, we can't go inside at the moment. Our first dog. Even in Ottawa, there's a dog. There's another view of the library there. That's the National Gallery over there. Which we were here in June and went for a tour of it then. And again, the Museum of Civilization, or whatever they call it these days, over there. I guess those are the Gatineau Hills in the distance. They look quite red. Yeah, more maple trees. Not too surprising. Here in Ontario. Yeah, I've only been in there once, but it's quite a spectacular space, the Parliamentary Library there. It's French. It's a bell. I don't see an English plaque. Oh, the English plaque is over here. Let's see what it says. This bell was taken from the ruins of the clock tower destroyed by fire February 3rd, 1916. The fire raged fiercely for hours. The main tower was not touched until about 11 p.m., and one of the most pathetic incidents of the night, which moved the spectators, was the striking of the midnight hour by the old tower clock. It seemed almost a human touch as its familiar tones boomed out from the mass of flames. Yes, Parliament burned down in 1916. I've forgotten that. No trespassing due to construction. I do have the occasional plaque here. Father of Confederation, Darcy McGee. Have a little viewpoint here. Again, National Gallery over there. And an important church with the silver spires. I can't tell you what it is, but I can tell it's important from where it's located. Not sure who that is. Now, there's some nice red over there in that park. Watch the spikes go by. Another statue that we can't see anything about at the moment. Yeah, some really lovely color over there. Look at those leaves. That's the color we get very little of back home. Mostly we get yellow. That's the Chateau Laurier over there, the big hotel. Oh, here's it's a sundial. To remember the Royal Sappers and Miners, commanded by Lieutenant Colonel John Beery. It was restored in 1919, so it was restored over 100 years ago, which is why it's looking quite... On this spot, a sundial was erected by the Royal Sappers and Miners under Lieutenant Colonel John Byrne, about 1826 to 27, restored in 1919. Oh, it's a scaling ladder for somebody trying to conquer the hill. It's the Rideau Canal down there, which we will get to. My wife just stayed in the Chateau Laurier there. She was here for business. And when we were here in June, we stayed at a hotel very close to it, but not actually in the Chateau Laurier. So we continue to go around behind Parliament. There you can see it from a different angle. I think the Prime Minister's office is in this block, if I remember right. Not on this side. You hear more French spoken here than you do in Regina. Statues over there, which we won't go to. Almost missed a step there. I was expecting a ramp. And some over here is the persons. I don't know. That's the statue commemorating the determination that women were people and could therefore vote. It's commemorated here, and then there's copies of the statues elsewhere. I've seen them in Calgary. But I thought I would go by it up there, and I didn't quite. William Lyon Mackenzie King. I think he was the one who talked to his dead mother. And well, we can go down here to the Rideau Canal, but I don't know that I want to. I think I'll stay up here. It's the War Memorial over there again. I plan to go by it on the way back. National Arts Center is That's the Supreme Court there. National Arts Center is right over there. Down here is the Rideau Canal. And that's a museum, that building there, because it goes back to the making of the canal. And it talks about the lock is actually filling here, I think. No, I guess not. It's just flowing through. You can see the locks there leading down to the river. Again, Supreme Court. Oh, here's a better look at it. Should have known if I went a little further, you could see the whole system of locks there. I don't believe it's used. I don't know that for sure. Well, this will tell us. Recreational boating. There's the Laurier. We will go down. There's the main entrance to the Chateau Laurier. We will go down this way to the park, where I saw those lovely red trees. And then you can see why it's called Parliament Hill, because once you get down below it, you realize how much of a hill it's actually on above the river. Also, I'll get a view of the little museum over there. See the river pouring through. And the bridge we just came over. It's a grand old hotel, that's for sure. This part always reminds me of a cruise ship. I don't know why. Something about the way the benches sit. Look out this way. Parliament Hill. Very nice deck up there. Maybe I should come to the Chateau Laurier to have lunch one of the days I'm here. I'm not terribly busy at the con, and it's all masked and everything, and I'm not very excited about spending my time in a mask. So when I'm not actually actively doing something, I may not be there very much. There's some lovely color for you. Bytown Museum down there. Bytown is kind of what Ottawa's original name was, I guess. Views every few feet. There's the end of the canal leading into the river. And again, that's Parliament Hill. Now you can see why it's called a hill. Because it is a hill. Not just called a hill. And this lovely park here, which we will walk along. I don't know what it's called. Probably should, but I don't. Ottawa River Pedway. So if I wanted to, I could go down there and walk along the Ottawa River, which I've done once, but I won't do today. I don't imagine I'll do another walk while I'm here. This is probably it. Some lovely red. That tree said, nope, I'm done. It's winter. this rather impressive fellow is John By, which I guess is where the name Bywater comes from, or Bytown, sorry. So we're walking towards the National Gallery now. Always over here, the view of the river. Oh, nice color. The gardens have faded somewhat, but again, Museum of Civilization over there, if they still call it that. I have the feeling they changed the name, that's why I keep saying that. Over there in Quebec. Surprised I don't have more people watching this live stream live. I think it'd be more interesting than Regina, but maybe not. Maybe people really want to see Regina. More historical stuff here. You can get more again why it's called Parliament Hill. Then we've got the National Gallery over there. I don't know if I want to keep going downhill though. Or maybe if I go this way. And then up the other side of the park probably. Oh, there's the National Gallery. Hadn't been for a while, but went in there when we were here in June. Had a good look around. Where do I want to go? Well, if I keep going and get over there, I can. There's this giant spider sculpture that I had my picture taken in front of when we were here in June. It'd be hard to pick a thumbnail out of all this. Probably it'll be Parliament Hill because it's, you know, nothing says so. I'd have to go quite out of my way to get over there. So I didn't think I'd bother, but there is an outdoor sculpture of a giant spider. You can kind of see it peeking up through the trees there. But I had my picture taken in when I was here before. But my natural path to follow is this way, so I think I will stick to that. So we head back now towards the Chateau Laurier and all that stuff. That's the entrance to the National Gallery there. We will see the spider here. So we get past the trees and the lampposts. There he is. You can see him. Famous sculptor. I've seen that work or versions of that work at other art galleries. I think the first time might have been in Kansas City, actually. Okay. I'll head back. We go into the park up here again rather than walking along the busy street. Most of the buildings around here are government buildings, not too surprisingly. Another dog. Parliament Hill again. Leaves blowing by just for autumn special effects. No expense spared. I painted all these trees myself. So there's a guy that walks around Ottawa all the time, Ottawa Walker, if you look him up on YouTube. He had lots and lots and lots of followers back when he was covering the Freedom Convoy, but don't know what his normal follower count is, but check him out. There's others, but he's the one that I know. Plus he has the easy to remember handle, unlike my handle, which is Edward Willett. Although if you look up walking in Regina, I believe I'm the only one that'll come up. I know a guy that rides a bike around, and maybe a guy that drives, but I think I'm the only walker that I'm aware of. There could be others in Regina. Must be noon, hence the striking of the bell. Not sure why I came this way. I was probably better off staying over there. Guess I want to go back into the middle of the park. Oh, there's the name of it. Majors Hill Park. Head back towards the Chateau Laurier here. You can get a better sense of its mass too from this direction. Piece of artwork. Twist 1.5, 1978. Alex Wise and Ken Gill. Twist. Do twist again like we did last summer. Very government. I think that might be the Department of National Defense over there, simply because of its look, but I'm not 100% sure. There'll be a sign somewhere, presumably. I just haven't spotted it yet. The shade here again in a minute. There we go. Yep. Oh no. It's worse than that. Canada Revenue Agency, National Headquarters, that's the tax people. Well, the one in Regina looks like a fortress too, so I guess it's supposed to inspire confidence in the stability of the government. Your tax dollars are safe with us. We promise not to waste them more than we have in the past, which is not particularly encouraging since they waste tax dollars horrendously all the time. Chateau Laurier looming above us. Sorry, I guess I was getting political there. I wasn't going to do that, even though I'm in Ottawa. I don't think that's very political. Everybody thinks the government wastes tax dollars. At the very least, you think they spend it on things that you wouldn't spend it on if you were in charge. The Fairmont Chateau Laurier. Originally a CP, Canadian Pacific Hotel, as most of the big hotels are. The Westin over there is where we stayed in June. I'll go over to the other side now, but not quite here. So we'll go up this way, across at the next one. Again, I believe that's the Supreme Court. I believe. Have to wait for the next light. I want to get over in front of the War Memorial there, so and then we'll sort of be wending our way back. Waiting. There it is, finally. Now we have to wait again. I'll go over here first. Oh, there's the person's. We'll go over there for sure. I think that's what that is. Oh, the locals can jaywalk. I'll wait. There's a reason to wait. So, very famous memorial here to the women who helped secure the vote for women in Canada. There's the sign there. October 18th, 1929. Women are persons. And there's the Rideau Canal again. We'll see it again from a little further along the bridge, oddly enough. Even better view of it. Chateau Laurier there as well. If I go down here, I'll be able to cross over to the War Memorial. And we are essentially heading back towards the hotel now in this direction. Provincial flags are all flying on these flagpoles here, but you can't really see because of the sun. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo-doo. This is where I will cross at the moment. Might cross back again. And yeah, you could probably safely jaywalk, but it's always a bit iffy because of the curving roads. Here is the War Memorial. This will be the Center of Remembrance Day commemoration in just a few weeks on November 11th. 1914, 1918. And the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier in front. Now, I should go back the way I came just so I can walk in front of the National Arts Center. Probably the same crosswalk I came over on, I think. There's the one down at that corner. Yeah, there is. So we'll go down this way. Also, from further back, you can get a better look at the War Memorial. Except for the police car parked in front of it, but look, somebody else with a camera. So this is the National Arts Centre. I perhaps don't really need to walk in front of it. You can see it, so I'll go back because this is the way I really want to go. Come back towards Parliament Hill again as we leave it behind now. Also, it's shady on this side of the street, and I am a little warm. That's the National Arts Centre. Major theatre space. And my daughter was here in her last year of high school at the Canada Improv Games Championship. They were in one of the theatres in there. And, we think they should have won, but they came second in the country in improv that year. Which was, Margaret Ann was actually here in business and was able to attend, which was great. And I was able to watch it live at home, and it's very, very exciting. They were very good. And I'm not just saying that because my daughter was on the team. It might still be online, actually. CBC was even doing some, here's Albert, so this is where we went. CBC was even doing a web series that kind of focused on it. So that's probably all still available online. Again, probably safe to jaywalk, but it's going to change in a minute anyway. All right, well, we'll head back down. The hotel is just a couple of blocks this way. And that will be my walk in Ottawa. How long was that? 52 minutes, so a decent length walk. Good look at Parliament Hill and all the sights. Not all the sights, but many of the sights. Here in our nation's capital, live from the nation's capital. It's question period. Another Tim Hortons here. I walked by a Tim Hortons earlier, but it was on a different street, so seeing that for a minute made me think, am I on the right street? But it's definitely Albert Street, that's what I want. I'll think about lunch sometime soon. Registration doesn't open till 3. Here's the hotel. And then I don't have anything till 8, so not exactly swamped for... I mean, there's the opening ceremonies, but I don't know that I want to sit in a room full of masked people watching masked people do ceremonies. That wasn't the hotel this is not the hotel you're looking for. Go a little further yet. Glad I didn't try to go to that coffee shop. It clearly did not survive the pandemic. I am on Albert, right? Yes, I'm on Albert. Must be the next block or even 2. Get back to the hotel because, again, Parliament Hill is your landmark. Can't really misplace it. It in the river. Mad Radish. It's probably a restaurant with a name like that. Metcalf Street. Yes, it's a restaurant. There's people in there eating. Usually a good, sure sign of that sort of thing. my hotel's on the next block. Well, not really the next block, but past the drive here. Beautiful day. Here's the Sheraton. Okay, probably the last walk until I could conceivably do on Monday, but likely Tuesday. And I'll be back in Regina, so I'll stop here. Thanks for walking with me here in our nation's capital.